a misconception or whatever it is. I just don't want it to fester. So that's really what I want to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you. County Manager, you weren't done yet, I don't think.
That's correct.
Okay, you want to continue?
Sure. My next item was the corrections. I wanted to make sure everyone knew that we have been in negotiations with the corrections union. They did kind of make a surprise move and sent out a declaration of impasse, which Mike can explain. It's interesting because we have been at the table with them, and we actually had accepted their latest offer. So I think what you're seeing today is definitely something that was planned as part of their negotiation tactic. It was done last time, so it's not even new. That being said, there was a lot of information that was put out there, and I got to go point by point, but a lot of it's not correct. But again, I wouldn't necessarily expect some of this information that you were hearing there or from people who don't get to see the full story. So, and that's something I'm hoping we can improve upon, because it's one of my management methods is really to make sure that everybody up and down the organization can hear what's going on, but it is a very large organization, so it's difficult. And you get something like over at the corrections where they have two separate facilities and they are on 24/7 shifts, so I understand that it's difficult to get that information to them. But also, point out that their wages are right now hitting right dead on the average of what wages are, beginning wages for a correctional officer. And I would say some other things to consider is, I think you guys just received the annual report out of the jail. It was put out today. But you look at our population is down by an average of 200 inmates. So there was some discussion about that, and I just want everyone to understand there are less people out there, and this council has been generous, and the budget has grown significantly out there, and we have large-scale capital projects that are just getting kicked off that will also help modernize the facility. So I just don't want the public, what they heard today was something that was a planned attack by those folks, and really that type of talk should be done at the table, the bargaining table, and that's where we're at right now. And matter of fact, it's scheduled tomorrow for another bargaining session. It was already on the schedule. Mike, you want to add anything?
Yeah, as Mr. Recktenwald said, so the corrections bargaining unit did declare impasse recently. That is a mechanism in statute that starts a process which ultimately leads to you. Not yet, but if it remains an impasse, you decide that impasse. Historically, with the county, that has not happened frequently, but I would be with you to work with you during that process. There will come a time, we're not there yet, and I would provide you information, but when you would enter something called an insulated period. Insulated period would mean that both the union and management would not speak with you about negotiations. I could talk to you, but both sides of that negotiation could not. I would just say that, just from my experience, people are free to come and speak to council as long as you're not in an insulated period, express their opinions. But it is not unusual in a negotiation where the union maybe trying to, in my mind, kind of skip the negotiation of the bargaining table and go to directly to you. My advice on that is, if you say anything, you say that needs to be dealt with at the bargaining table. Because if either party tries to skip that bargaining team and either go directly to you or we directly to the membership and skip that, that's an unfair labor practice. I'm not saying what happened today is, but to the degree that they try to pull you in that process, that's why you have a bargaining team. If that process is not successful, you will decide the issue at impasse. We're just not there yet. So please feel free to call me if you have any questions. I'll provide you more information. It is, I think, rarer here than where I've seen other places. When you're in a negotiation, things are getting pretty tight or heated. You might have somebody that comes and wants to speak about that negotiation, and I think that's just what we saw today. Anything else I need to say?
No, I think it's fine, and I think we all recognize, and the council has recognized, and they recognized, I guess, that this is a nationwide problem when it comes to staffing, and we can't force people over there, and we have increased the wages, and we have done retention bonuses in the past, and that's again something that can be done at the table. And but I just want people to understand that, and also public to know that this council and previous councils have funded the positions. That's not been an issue. So the idea of taking money that was mentioned, that's not the issue. The issue literally is getting people that want to do that particular job, and again, our pay does match, and we constantly monitor that, and we'll continue to do that. But there's other issues. It's getting people who have a clean background that can do the work as well, and so there are other physical requirements that have to be met. So the pool gets difficult. There is a few things that was mentioned today, again, that we were prepared to bring to the bargaining table tomorrow that might increase the pool a little bit, but I would rather have that for our team to be working out we're at the proper place at the table, because we've mentioned things like there are other areas of the country that are closing correctional facilities and jails, but our rules are such that it's very difficult for any of those people to take a job here. And that's some of the, I think, impediments that have to be worked out at the table that might allow us to bring in people from other areas as well. So that's my comment on the correctional situation.
Okay. Anything else you needed to talk about? All right. County Attorney Michael Dyer.
Yes, sir. Just